Okay, this is the most important video that I ever made, and stick with me because I'm going to understand the structure that I'm using to scale lead gen campaigns and how you should be structuring your lead gen campaigns. Actually, hold on. Please don't replicate that. Don't replicate it, and I'm going to explain you why at the end of this video. But firstly, I need to explain the structure for you to see if it does make sense to you. If it doesn't make sense to you, comment below. Because if it doesn't make sense to you, I challenge you to show me a better structure than this. Okay, so let's get straight to the ads manager, right? Because it's really here behind me. Don't forget to subscribe. If you want to see some revenue that I'm providing for coaches and stuff like that, you can check the video in the description. This is not the purpose of this video. This video is just for a lead gen campaign, so I'm not going to encompass the retargeting the open card campaign. Okay, is not objective of this video. Okay, let me put myself here. Okay, now that I shrink myself, I'll probably notice that we got a lot of batches here. Okay, with these two campaigns being the exception, right? And you might be wondering why the cost per lead is here. By the way, we spent 41K, okay, in this offer, and if I spent that, it's because I really believe this is the best strategy. This is the best campaign structure. All right, but the price per lead is higher because this is a high ticket offer. Okay, it's fewer people and they're very qualified. They're high earners. That's why the price per lead is that. But firstly, I would start campaign using warm audience and auto creatives. I'm going to explain how I'm doing this. Okay. So we had 6 added copies. Okay. As you can see here, we have image 1 using added copy 1, added copy 4, until added copy 4. The same goes for the image 2, the same goes for the image 3, the same goes for the image 4, the same goes for the image 5, the same goes for the image 6. And the 7th image, we're using the same, but for the 8th, it's also the same. Let me remind where I use a different added copy because this was like a few months ago. Okay, for the image 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. Okay, it's because we use a different added copy, but the reason for that, okay, it's not here. Okay, Marcel, it's not here. Okay, it's probably here. All right. Okay, just to show. Oh, it was with the videos. Okay. You might notice that I use added copy 1 to added copy 4, but it actually had 2 more added copies. But these added copies should be used specifically for certain type of videos. Video 6 and 7. Okay. Video 6 with added copy 5 and video 7 with added copy 7. But regardless of that, the structure is this: all the ads, autocreatives, image with all the added copy variations. And as you might know, we can add all the added copy, all the primary text into the ad, but this way is harder to track where the leads are coming from. So I prefer to separate like that. Okay. And I separated here into different ad sets. Okay. And why I'm doing this, why I just didn't launch everything inside of one ad set, it's because in this way we can control the budget being spent for each ad. So that's the first strategy. Is to test the ad creatives, okay? And we're going to test it with different type of added copies, each of them with all the combination, because the messaging could resonate better than one's than the other, okay? All right. Let me filter here the cost per result, right? But basically, these were the best, as you can see here. All right. Oh, that's another thing. I don't like to use ABOs. I prefer to use a CBO using an ad minimum budget. So, for example, for this client, I would start this setting up a bare minimum of $20 per day, since our average cost per lead is $20. So I think it's a suitable value to test the ads, to test each combination of ads. Okay, and then the exceedant budget. So let's say we have a campaign that is $100 per day, and I just need $50 to spend on each ad set. Okay, for example, let's say we have 5 ad sets, spending $10 each, but we have a campaign set up with $100 per day. So the rest of the budget, I leave. I let Facebook decide. Okay, that's why I like to use CBO, because I can combine the control of the budget with the Facebook, the meta optimization in itself. I just wanted to test the ads, and the rest I preferred to let Facebook decides, right? But okay, so firstly, I launched this. Let me resume that. Firstly, I launched this CBO campaign, separating all the ads, setting a ad minimum, and then I decided top ads. So let's say these three were the top ads. They should be the first batch, but as you can see, they have different numbers. And why is that? Because during the launch, during the campaign, the price per lead may vary. Okay, so we're consistently launching new batches, and the price is varying. But as soon as we find the cheaper ones, we launch into a new campaign. You got the point? So what happened here was that the batch one started to be as the cheaper ones, but then other ad sets, aka other ads, started to be better, right? But firstly, okay, let's say, okay, we have here the batch one, and this is another rule. I just use 3 ads per ad set. So I decided I have to decide the 3 top ads that will be the first batch of ads, and then I've launched this into this campaign here, label as batch one. Okay, label as batch one. But there are some ad sets that will reveal the client niche. So hold on. Let me show you the inside of the first batch. What I do now, I do a audience testing, and the principle is the same. I set a minimum budget to test equally each ad set, and after its test, I remove the capping. I remove the it's not a capping. Sorry, I remove the minimum spend, and then I let Facebook decide. And then I turn off or on different ad sets, and I might be launching different ones into this campaign. So basically, that's the strategy. For example, on the first day, I tested all of this, and I came to a conclusion that the batch one should be launched into a new cold campaign. So I started with a warm one, and then I launched in a cold one, into a cold one, to test the creatives individually. To test the audiences individually. Now, with the best batch of ads, which encompasses 3 ads. I always use 3 to 3, okay? And this is very important to do, okay? And you might be wondering, okay, so, and then on the second day, we had this second batch right here, right? Which turned to be the best ads, at least on the second day. But as you can see now, only this one is the best. Actually, the other batch 2, I think, is here above. I don't even know where it's located, but definitely we have them in some place over here, but I don't want to waste your time with it. It's here. Okay, I can see now. Okay, but you got a point, right? Creative test using warm audience, minimum budget. I take the 3 best ads, launch into a cold campaign, set a minimum budget to audiences, and there we go. And you might be wondering, Why to do that? Why to not just launch the ads separately? And Facebook got a good intelligence to find the best ads for you, right? Yes, I agree with that. But doing this way, I can do something even better. I can bet for a long term. Why I'm saying this? Because by testing the ads individually and separating by each ad copy, I can understand why it worked. Okay? Because, so for example, you probably notice that sometimes you launch 3 ads. Sorry. Okay. I'm a little bit sick. You have 3 ads, but then you notice that the ad spend was more was directed towards one ad specifically. And the reason for that, even not having leads for the other two, and the reason for that, it's because Facebook, there's a math behind this, why how Facebook decides which ads to show firstly. But the formula basically says that the ad quality is a superior value. Since Facebook, it doesn't have any conversion yet. Let's say that you barely start your campaign. You don't have any conversion. How Facebook knows which ad to show first? Facebook does this calculation and decide by the ad quality which one to show first. But ad quality, it doesn't mean right messaging. So maybe Facebook is showing the ad that is not the best option to convert. Okay, so that's why I'm using this. That's why I'm using this creative testing. Okay, and I got some points over here to talk with you. But okay, there's another thing you probably noticed too. If you launch a video in an image, this discrepancy between the ad spend is even higher, and there's a reason for that. Because the calculation of the ad quality in a video is different than an image. Okay, because looking at an image, we just have likes, comments, shares, and videos will have all of that and watching time. That's why we sometimes might see this discrepancy. That's why I like to test the ads like that, okay? And especially because sometimes videos, that's another aspect. Sometimes video could have a higher price per lead but a better quality prospect. Okay, so there are a plethora of things that we got to analyze here. It's not so simple, right? And let's talk about the quality of the ad that doesn't mean conversion. I already did this. What else do we got here? The main thing goes for audiences. Set an ad minimum. Okay, okay, I think I discussed everything on this video, and now I should be telling you why you should not replicate this. Well, because as you saw here, okay, okay, hold on. Okay, now you can see me clearly. Okay, let me look at that camera because it's weird not look at that camera. Okay, you might be wondering why should not use this? Well, this is good for a warm audience. If you have not a large, I would say a medium amount. Like if you already have 10K followers on IG and our Facebook page and so on, use it. Even some access to your website. But if you have less than that, sometimes to use a warm audience is not a bad. I've seen this working even for people that had 5,000 followers. But this other client had a lot of creatives, so it depends how many creatives do you have, okay? But the reality here about using the warm audience is it comes to a play. Is to test quickly. Okay, we need to test quickly, find the best combinations to then launch into a cold audience because we don't want to fatigue the warm audience. You don't want to just run ads to it and you know it's going to increase the frequency and then the lead price is going to increase. So we want to find quickly which ads we should be launching to the cold audience, and with that we will increase our warm audience and keep this flow, okay? Because we already have a retargeting campaign, now we have a cold campaign, right? And then you're going to balance the budget between them to always keep, a good price per lead. If price per lead is increasing, you don't gotta look like in the overall figure, but you gotta look like at least in the last 3 days, yesterday, or something like that, and see if the lead price is increasing, and then you can balance the budget, decrease the budget in the ones that the price per lead is increasing, and increase in the one that the price per lead is decreasing. Okay, I think I made myself clear here, but you got the point. So you might be wondering, well, what if I don't have a good warm audience? Well, I suggest you to start be posting in, earn a huge following. Just kidding, but that's really important, because by posting and testing organic contents, you can, by free, you can see what is most engaging. And as you might notice, as I said earlier, the quality ranking is the most important metric to determine your CPM, not your conversion. Maybe your conversion is not good, maybe the cost per lead is higher, but you can decrease your CPM only by increasing the quality of your ad. They are not strictly related, they're not like 100% connected, but they are connected. You can see a connection here, right? The ad has probably a high quality ad tends to convert, unless you do a call to action to stay in the ad, like give comments and something like that. Then people engage only with the ad and not going to take a further action, right? But what if I had what if I had a cold audience only? All right, I would start with these batches, not more than 3 ads. I would start then directly in the cold audience. The difference here is that I wouldn't know which one is better since the beginning. So depending on the budget, I wouldn't be able to test everything at the same time. So that's a balance that you should be doing. It really depends how many creatives you have, how many pieces of edit copy do you have. So yeah, I challenge you here to tell me a best strategy than this to scale a lead gen campaign. Please comment, subscribe, and I see you in the next one. Oh, and by the way, if you want to watch a video how I generate 6 figures for some clients, click on the link here in the description. There's a video talking about it, okay?
Subscribe, don't wait, hit that button for real. Transform your hustle, make the most of the deal. Clicks and leads from the